All right, let's see if this hair can stay out of my face during this video. We'll see what happens. Hello there, my name is Em, and I would like to welcome you to this Nautical Twist episode. For this particular episode, I am making sure to stay super cozified in my jacket, and I'm cooking right now under this space heater in this extremely cold room, and then of course, I got my tea. And I wanted to come on here and just share some quarantine thoughts / story that has occurred to me recently. So I realized that throughout this quarantine, I went from like, hey, I'm gonna beat this quarantine thing by staying physically active, and I was on top of it. I was making sure to practice, like I would do partial Zumba videos, even just like by myself, just doing partial Zumba videos. And I was making sure to I only have like 2 tiny weights at home, but I was like, I'm working with those anyway. And I was really on it. And I want to say for the first couple weeks. And then I realized, like I just realized this recently, that slowly my physical activity levels just started to dwindle. And then I went from like being this like super super active, I'm going for it, to like, I don't know, eventually just finding myself surrounded by bags of chips and candy and treats, and and that's kind of it. And I think I had that moment where it's like, how did I get here? And I realized that was time for me to snap out of it. And on a large scale of things, I was just thinking, on a large scale of things, maybe a lot of us have those check-ins. I know for me, a big check-in from life in general for me is, well, particularly on my birthday or on New Year's, just those big moments where it's time to, where one can just take them in and assess, like, hey, am I where I want to be? Is this what I thought of? And we can kind of pick up on those changes that can happen throughout the year. Like, hey, like, finding those measurable things, like, did I meet that goal? Did I meet that mark? No? All right, work on it. Yes? All right, what's the new goal? But in the midst of the quarantining, there are also some subtle changes on a smaller scale, on a shorter period of time. So the big thing is, I realized that I had just basically lost momentum. And I need to make sure that I had ways to check in with myself to make sure that I am staying on top of it and doing what I need to do. So I've just been trying to think of like some quantifiable ways to make sure that I'm doing that. And then on top of that, I realized that it is helpful to hear something inspiring every day. And I don't even mean on a physical activity level, but for me, it was very helpful just to listen even to like an audiobook, or watching something that's very inspiring. And for me, again, not related to physical activity, but just something that says, hey, get out there and do something. Or instead of getting out, I guess, just go around the house and do something. And I like things like that. And I realized like that as long as that type of thing is being repeated in my ear, as long as I make that a part of my everyday routine, it really helps ensure that I'm actually going to be physically active as well. A lot of times, like, I think it's natural to want the mind and body to both be active. I just had that wake up call moment. I kid you not. I don't remember how many different types of bags of chips. I mean, I still have a lot of chips. I also ate through a lot of like quarantine food. But at the same time, I still got stuff. I mean, I didn't go too crazy. I thought it was going to be much worse. But fortunately, with limiting trips to the stores and everything like that, that has forced me into discipline mode. I would like to know if you have a way that you are staying on top of like whatever your overall goals are for this quarantine. If there's something specific that you're doing to make sure that you like keep your momentum, or what types of things are you doing to make sure that you're feeling good and feeling strong and coming out of this feeling strong. I know for me, I was like, I think I don't want to leave this quarantine going in that direction. I'm trying to change my ways. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow with another episode. I hope that some of this made sense. I only got 3 hours of sleep last night. 2.5 hours of sleep last night, but I'm here. So thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope that you are staying safe and staying healthy. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now.